Hello, YouTube family and friends. Tonight we're going to jump right into the secret of how to be more successful at weight loss. Yes, you heard me right. I have learned the secret to success at weight loss. So stick around and let's talk. I have to start out saying that I just finished the closing ceremony for my 3-week Dr. Westman Keto Made Simple Masterclass. In the closing ceremony, they had 4 fellow classmates who had tear-jerking stories. So I'm not a bawling type of person, but I am fighting back emotions at this time because throughout the whole class and throughout life, I keep looking around at people and saying, CP, you are not the worst case of being overweight. There are lots of people in this world that have it a whole lot worse than you. So just flap your jaws and help them learn. And so tonight I'm going, and through that, one of the things let me back up. Flapping my jaws and helping people learn is the main reason for this channel. And what I learned tonight was that one of the secret ingredients is having a support group, support system. And so a little bit later in the video, I'm going to tell you what that triggered in my mind and how that may end up helping you in the long run with your weight loss battle. But right now, if you haven't subscribed, if this is the first time on my channel, thank you very much. I'm glad you're here. About as genuine as I can be. I have some of my followers or subscribers, whatever the word is on this type of social media, that say they could listen to me all night because I talk from the heart. I hope you feel that way also. And so when I ask you if you'll subscribe, it's from my heart because I think I have a lot to say. It's not going to all be said tonight, that's for sure. Don't think you got to go run get a bucket of popcorn and everything. Oh, popcorn! That's against the keto way of eating, or at least my keto way of eating. So go get you a glass of water or some unsweet tea, and then let's sit down and have a chat. But if actually, while we're pausing here for a second, why don't you make a comment about what your favorite keto-friendly food is in the comments? They should be down below, no matter what kind of a device you're watching on. And over in this corner, I think there should be a little symbol that pops up. If you don't know how to subscribe on YouTube, click on that and it should take you to a subscribe area. If you're not on an iPhone or an iPad, the little symbol should be there, and it might be there on some of those. I don't know. I don't have one. But I might need to get one to get these edited a little bit better. Tonight's just the same old, same old. It's the talking head CP 59 Fit here, sitting here in an plain old t-shirt. It has a saying on the back like party like it's your birthday, and since I did party like it was my birthday and it had a bad effect on me ketogenic wise, let me go into that a little bit while we're talking about it. But I took a 2-week trip this year for my 56th birthday, and I kind of threw caution to the wind. I said I'm going to eat what I want to eat to some extent. I mean, I didn't go out every day, but I was in a small town, Branson, Missouri, in the Ozark Mountains, where they've been hit kind of hard by COVID, and I didn't feel right cooking in my unit every meal when there were all these hard-working restaurateurs and servers out there trying to make a living, when 2/3 of the workforce was staying home getting extra unemployment. So I said I have to go out to eat some. So I did eat some things that aren't on my list of what's good to eat. But that's not what I'm planning to talk about tonight, but that's what the shirt says, party like it's your birthday. And it's some kind of alcohol thing I won at some event I was photographing years ago. So fortunately it's a little too big right now, and that is good. That is good, but let's talk about tonight. Tonight was the culmination of 3 weeks of a wonderful Facebook group where we've all kind of gotten to know each other and know a little bit about the struggles that each of us have had and been able to offer support and wisdom and information that they may or may not have known. And the whole purpose of this class I just took was to cut out the crazy, to cut out the confusion, to find the common denominator on the simplest way to do a ketogenic diet, which is a form of a low-carb, healthy fat diet. And yes, you've heard me say low-carb, high-fat in previous videos, but I have learned that high-fat is better to be said healthy fat and not go so much onto the fat, not consume so much fat. Dr. Westman put it perfectly. If you eat the fat, you won't burn the fat from your body. You'll burn the fat that you consume. So you're still going to burn fat on this diet once you get into ketosis, but if you're adding too much, you're going to be burning what you consume instead of what you are storing. So the whole purpose of this is to burn the stored fat, not the consumed fat. And that was one major thing I learned, but the other, hearing those 4 stories tonight, my gosh, I wanted to reach out and hug them all. And, you know, one person lives in Alabama, so they're not terribly far from here, and we've already connected outside of the group on Facebook, and I think he signed up on this YouTube channel. So welcome, Eric, if you're watching this tonight. Boy, what a story. What all 4 stories. And they're offering an ongoing support thing. That's $20 a month. And I, about a week ago, if you watched my last video, I said I spent a fairly large amount of money to sign up for a YouTube course so I can make better videos. My goal is to get 1% better every video. So if you watch the last one and you think I'm 1% better in this one, please comment it down below. That could be my thumbnail is 1% better. My presentation is 1% better. I connected 1% better or whatever. But if I got a little bit better in something on this video, please say that in the comments. And I'd also like you to comment and put a question in there. The question is not necessarily asking me, but it was, what question did you have? The burning question that you were trying to get answered when you realized you needed to lose weight. I could say when you started a ketogenic diet, when you found a ketogenic diet, when you realized you were 50 pounds overweight and seemed like you were out of control in controlling your weight. What was the one question in your mind saying, what happened, or how did I get here, or what can I do to fix it, something like that? I would really appreciate that, because I'm going to use some of those and incorporate them into further videos. But back to the main point of this video. The secret I think I heard tonight for weight loss, after you learn the basics. And that's an important point. And I think most people on here already know the basics. If not, go back to my basics videos, which I may be redoing now. And hopefully they'll be 1 or 2% better than when I did them before. Of course, old t-shirt is not one of the things they taught me in the class. I was just so moved after the closing ceremonies. I just had to get this out before I let it slip away and got into more classes on how to make better videos. So I'm still going through the process, but I had to put this out there. And the title's probably going to end up something like The Secret to Weight Loss is Emotional Support, or joining an emotional support group is the secret to weight loss. So what I thought about was, you know, I have a CP59 Fit Facebook page that was set up 2 or 3 years ago in another weight loss program where I was actually doing MLM. And I think I'm going to do a video on keto YouTube versus MLM and what's better to spend your time in at some point in time. I've been thinking about that a lot here through this course, trying to get ideas of what I can talk about in the future. But the overwhelming majority of the people tonight in the closing ceremony, all 4 of the participants that got to talk, and many, many people in the comments, just raved about how well everybody gelled and how everybody was supporting everybody. And yes, I'm gonna miss that, but I have y'all. So And I have Virta Health, that's VIRTA. Go back to some of my old videos to see what Virta Health means. But no, I won't have the constant interaction with other participants, and I will miss that. But I think it was a wise investment to invest that money into bettering this channel, because then I will have a huge family worldwide that's going through the same challenges as me. And a way I've thought, well, try it if you want to pull that family more together is along with that CP59 Fit Facebook page. Please go on there if you're on Facebook and like it. And then I set up years ago when I was in Herbalife, drinking protein shakes all day to lose weight, and it worked while I worked it. I set up a private group in there, and so today, after hearing this with the Keto Made Simple Masterclass, that support groups were the best, and the admins were doing a little bit of work, but most of the participants were helping each other out more. And I think when you're on a common path, you're aiming for the same thing. And I noticed that in Herbalife, I noticed that in Amway. You get as much guidance from your associates as you do from the person you're learning from. So I thought I would go ahead and open up that group to anybody that likes my channel, likes the CP59 Fit Facebook page. It won't be tonight. It'll probably take about a month. I'll probably, like maybe 1st of July, I'll open it up and start putting people in. But you can go ahead and like the CP59 Fit page, and we can get to know each other a little bit on there. Because I've got to make some rules, In Dr. Westman's class, the rule was, he was the guru. Don't be putting Dr. XYZ from YouTube or Dr. PDQ from Instagram that says you got to eat this, this, and this. No, we've kind of all got to be on the same page, and I will come up with a page that we can all be on. I mean, there'll be room for variation, but I'm not going to put up with a lot of lazy keto, crazy keto. It's all got to be something with the standard keto. And I know at the moment I can think of 2 or 3 or 4 that are already on my Facebook pages that can automatically go in right now. We can start building the base. But one of them actually met with me up in Branson for the birthday, came down for my birthday from her home, well, not her home state, but the state she lives in now, and asked me about lazy keto and crazy keto. And I think her definition of it is different than the definition I just described. Her definition is being a little higher carb, and I looked at her and said, you don't have weight to lose. Yeah, you can have more carbs. You're not insulin resistant like I am. You're not 50 pounds overweight, or she didn't look like she was anyway. And so, I mean, it's not like I give people permission to do anything, but she was asking what I thought about it, and I told her that, yeah, I think in her particular case, and don't take this as medical advice, I'm not a doctor, nothing I say on any of these pages should be construed as medical advice. You should have your own physician that you ask particular questions about how your body works, because I don't know you. I very rarely see any of you, although that might change in a year or so. We might be able to get together if this Facebook group goes well. That was a really good idea Dr. Westman had, and he said it grew beyond his wildest dreams. He didn't ever expect the participants to be that supportive of each other, but this is about the 3rd time they've had the class, and we did really gel well. There was, I think, 600 people in the class, or 700 people in the class, 600 people in the group. And I'd say out of that, probably 10 or 20 I felt very close to. We would always answer each other's questions and give each other support. And I think 3 of the 4 people, maybe all 4, as you really don't see their face on Facebook like you do on a video, but at least 3 of the 4 were some of the ones I had formed close bonds with. I am almost certain that all 4 of them are joining the ongoing support through Dr. Westman. Like I said, I am not, because I took this large sum of money last week and invested in this business, which it is a business. YouTube is a business. But the benefits are, it doesn't cost you anything to join. It doesn't cost me anything to let you join. accept a little bit of time to make up a set of rules, and then this we can expand and help each other. But if you, that's the reason that groups like Alcoholics Anonymous, Weight Watchers, Narcotics Anonymous, and all these other support groups, Marriage Encounter, everything is based on learning. Even Sunday school is based on forming bonds and helping your classmates, associates, acquaintances, whatever you want to call them, succeed in their journey. And that is the environment I want to build on this channel. It's not another thing not Dr. Westman, the YouTube guy I was listening to today said, if you're one step ahead of the other person, you're an expert and you're trying to get them to take that next step. If you've already been along the path, you can say, oh, don't do that, you'll fall off right there. It doesn't mean you know everything. It doesn't mean you can give advice on every question. It just means you're a little further down the trail than the next person and you can warn them of dangers ahead. So I'm not coming out as the expert in this, but I try to take a little bit from over here, a little bit from over here, put it all together and see what works best. And one person even asked me today, well, if I was already in Verta Health, why did I join Dr. Westman's class? And what I've learned over the year in Carnivore and almost 2 years trying out different varieties of the ketogenic diet is that there are almost as many versions of ways to do keto, even do keto right if you want to go that far, as there are people doing it, because basically you're doing keto right if it works for you. That's my definition of doing keto right. But I'm going to try to narrow it down to a definition that works for the majority of the people most of the time, and that's what Dr. Westman did. He's a legend in the field. He's been doing it over 20 years, even though Werner's been doing it 3 or 4 or 5 years, and Dr. Finney is another legend, and he's the one who started Verta. I told the lady I wanted to get different perspectives and take a little bit from here, a little bit from there. And now I've taken the idea of a Facebook group, which I already had set up years ago from Dr. Westman's class, and now I'm going to open it up to you. So if you'd be so kind, if you could subscribe, if you could like the CP59 Fit, I think it's called Health Mentor and Health Coach or something, but CP59 Fit is my title across Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. You can find me at any of those places, and it's sometimes easier to talk on Facebook if I can find the messages. I don't always see the messages on the pages. And people send me messages on my personal account. I just ignore them because I don't know most of them. So if you're from this YouTube group and you message me on some other social media, be sure to tell me where you know me from, or I'm just going to think it's one of the 4,000 people that I've friended that I have no idea who they are. Excuse me, from a viral post that went viral like a year ago. If I could just repeat that with one of these videos, we'd all be in high cotton, but that will happen. It just probably won't be this one. But I think that's the secret to weight loss, is making sure you get a group of people around you that know and feel the same way, are going down the same path, and can caution you about the dangers on the path. In fact, one of the guy I mentioned earlier who was in the closing ceremony said where he lives, obesity is an epidemic. I think almost any of us could say that these days, but the state he's from generally ranks either first or second in the most obese in the whole United States. So yeah, he can't find a local support group that's going down the same path as him. So I am so glad he found KMS and Dr. Westman and has lost, I think, 16 pounds, or 26, I don't remember which he said, in the 3 weeks in the class. I came out with a whole 3.3 pound weight loss. Woo! But it really did take me 3 weeks to get over my birthday trip. But And that was all today. I dropped 3.6 pounds from yesterday, which put me 3.3 pounds down from when I got back because I had gone up 0.3 pounds yesterday. But even 3 or 4 pounds is probably still only water weight. It may be up, it may be down tomorrow, and I haven't done anything different. So don't worry about a pound or two here or there. But if you want some support, if you want to get to know some of my subscribers better, then please find me on CP59Fit if you haven't already. I can think of 2 or maybe 3 that I already have on Facebook. And like I say, in about a month, I'll make some kind of announcement and we'll all get in the group and start talking, sharing our victories, sharing our challenges. They had 3 hashtags on Dr. Westman. It was hashtag win, hashtag, well, they had more than 3, but 3 that were used regularly. Hashtag win, hashtag question, and I think the other one was hashtag NSV, non-scale victory. That way the administrators could find questions and wins easier and give you a little pat on the back. So that's a very good idea. I may come up with 4 or 5 hashtags to use, and they may be the same ones. That's not stealing, it's not copyrighted information or anything, but I just, after watching that closing ceremony, I said, I have got to do more to help people. I got to do more to get this word out. It's backed up by science. It's researched, RCT, random controlled trials. It's proven. Like one of the nurses said that was highlighted, said, when I first looked into it, I went to the Journal JAMA, Journal of American Medical Association. And Dr. Westman was quoted in there, if keto was a drug, the FDA would have approved it long time ago because it has enough research to prove it works. But most people don't know how to work it because there are so many internet, YouTube gurus that are confusing you. So I promise you I'm going to try to keep it simple. I just finished a 3-week course on how to do it simple. I would say the least common denominator simple. And I don't want to get confused with internet keto, crazy keto, lazy keto. I want to stay on my path. I got off the trail a little bit at my birthday, and it really set me back. I am back on the straight and narrow, so to speak, right now. And now I'm energized more than ever to see how many people I can help in the least amount of time. I appreciate your support. Sorry this wasn't real professional, but it's from the heart, and I will continue to fulfill this promise to be your support team if you don't have another one. Or even if you have another one, you want to join this one. Like I had Verta, but I still joined Dr. Westman. I'm no worse off for it. I'm better off for it. So hope to see you on Facebook. Hope to see you here on YouTube next time. Click that subscribe button, whichever corner it's on. Hit the little bell, then you'll know when I put up. Because I tell you, I am putting everything I have into YouTube now. So we'll talk to you next time. God bless. Bye-bye.